Right, enough Champions League final. We talked a lot about it, Robo. The other big news, of course, big talking point this week is that Leo Messi has decided to join MLS and Inter Miami. Not a return to Barcelona. We'll explain why. Not to go to Saudi Arabia. He obviously left PSG as well. How important, how big? I mean, I know it's a silly question because it's huge, but for MLS and Inter Miami, what does this mean really for soccer over there in the US?
It's great because he's still current. He's just won the World Cup. He's been an outstanding player. He's not quite as athletic as he once was. He can't dominate games as he once did, but he's still a magnificent player. Whereas a lot of the players that have gone to MLS have been way past their best. Think of Bastian Schweinsteiger when he went there. I mean, he's a shadow of the player that we'd seen for Germany and Bayern Munich. He played as a sweeper for Chicago and almost couldn't run around. Messi's not going to do a lot of work off the ball, but he'll still have that change of pace. He'll still have the ability to pick a pass out. He'll still score goals. And the excitement in Miami and wherever he goes will be magnificent. I think it's great for MLS.
It's amazing for the league. It's not completely done yet. They're just, I think, doing the final details. And it's a huge contract, obviously, where we know that some sponsors are involved. We know that Jorge Mas, who owns Inter Miami with David Beckham, was heavily involved. He's a friend of the Messi family, him and his brother. So in a way, this makes sense. Messi has already his own place in Miami. It's a place where him and his family go on holidays a lot. So all of that makes sense. Obviously, Barcelona and I think Messi wanted a reunion. Messi's father said that as early as this week. The problem was that Messi didn't want to be waiting all summer to see when Barca would be okay to sign him and register him and make a proper offer, because we know that financially it's difficult for Barcelona, that they would have to sell players to reduce their wage bill in order to bring back Messi to the club. So I can understand his point of view. You've been a player before. You don't want to wait until the last days of August, even as a free agent, before knowing where you're going to play next season, right?
Yeah, and I think I'd have been disappointed if he'd have gone back to Barcelona, because I don't think he'd have had the impact at Barcelona that he had before. Yeah, I think it messes up to a certain degree Xavi's the way he's trying to get the team to play, and some of the players that have done quite well. It'd be all change again. They've just won La Liga. They've got to make changes. They're going to have to sell one or two players. But I think it's right that he doesn't go back to Barca. What do they say? Never go back. Yeah, and I think that's the right thing. I don't think it'd have been the same impact.
And to be fair, I think Xavi really wanted him, and they're very close friends. I'm not sure Laporta was really that sincere when he was saying that he wanted him back at the club, and it was a very difficult, complicated deal to make happen. And even Messi, in the interviews that he gave to Mundo Deportivo and Sport yesterday, was saying on Wednesday, I would have loved to go back, but there was too many things missing, and I wanted to be in control of my own future, not wait on people or players to take a pay cut or leave the club, etc., which I think is really fair from him. Yeah. No Saudi Arabia. I think Messi's dad really wanted them to go to Saudi Arabia. It would have been the biggest contract ever for not just a footballer, but any sportsman. $1 billion over 2 years, something crazy. I think Messi and his wife and the kids never saw themselves in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. And again, I think
because he's got a home in Miami, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a home in Miami, and I think that's very respectful too. Let's see what happens. Obviously, for Messi.
I just hope when he goes there, he still wants to be the great player. Yeah, that's been the problem with a lot of players that have gone to MLS. They go there thinking, I'll be able to stroll around and it'll be easy. MLS isn't easy to play in. There's different temperatures. You've got a lot of travelling, and there's some athletic players in it. Yeah. And the players that have done really well have gone there wanting to be the best. Like Giovinco, when he went from Italy, Serie A, he was a top class player for a couple of seasons. Others haven't been. True.
What I would say is that Inter are the worst team in the league. I mean, one of the worst teams. They bottom of the East Conference. They've just sacked their manager, Phil Neville. We think that Tata Martino is coming to be the new coach. He obviously has MLS experience before and really good. Yeah. And he's worked with Messi at Barcelona, albeit for just one season. That was not a great season, but still they have a link together. That could be good. But to the point that you can be the greatest of all time like he is, you're still quite dependent on the players around you.
Yeah.
So it's easier with Mbappe or Luis Suarez to be good than with some of the Inter Miami players.
Particularly
right?
if you're an attacking player. If you're maybe a midfield player, you can still affect the game when you're not playing in the best team. But if you're an attacking player that wants to get on the ball and your team aren't getting the ball to you, then you've got a problem. I just hope he's a success, and it's a success for MLS because it needs it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, let's see. Whenever Messi plays, makes his debut for Inter Miami, when the whole deal is completed, then I think
I will go to Miami, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. We love Miami as well.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.